All right, welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss numerology once again. So I'm going to go on a different tangent. This time around, I'm just going to go into Western numerology very, very specifically. The last two times that I've gone to numerology, it's been just me saying my opinion mostly on things and going into Eastern and Western, not really specifying which is which in as much detail as I should. So I want to make sure that you guys understand each ideology and see which one resonates more with you for your own spiritual journey. We're all here on a spiritual journey, especially if you're watching my channel. You clearly understand that you're here in this physical body to experience something, learn a lesson, but that's going to equate to you using the cheat codes through numerology, some answers through astrology as well, to see where you stand and what you need to learn this lifetime. So going forward, for the next few videos, I'm going to just be going into Western numerology very specifically and going into what exactly it means, like the origins of Western numerology, the main chart for Western numerology, and the different definitions. So if you guys have any recommendations for the videos for the next coming week, let me know as well. But it's definitely going to be, I think it might go for about a month. Mid-November, I'll be done with Western. I'm going to do Eastern after that, and then I'm going to go into astrology and bridge back into the deacons, and then I'm going to actually bring everything together for you guys come 2021. All right, so start off with Western numerology. What is it? It was made by Pythagorean. If you guys don't know, Pythagorean numerology is what we call Western numerology. Pythagoras did make it. So this is a very mathematical way of looking at the universe and looking at the world. We obviously know that the universe is not really just a universe, it's an infinite verse. So we're creating singularities out of what's in infinity. Things do resonate with it, though. In Pythagoras' ideology, he believes that your life path number depicts exactly what your life is supposed to go, what the trajectory is supposed to be, the path you're supposed to be on. So if you live in the States, you're looking at things like the I-95, I-695, etc. If you're in Canada, like the 401, 407, that's what your life path essentially is. It's the nature, it's the way in which your life is directed, the way in which it's supposed to go for your spiritual journey. It's the innermost you. But it also does give you a few natural traits and talents as well through that road. I mean, if you're on a highway that's, let's say, has a speed limit of like 180 kilometers an hour, or you go on a highway that has a limit of 100 kilometers an hour, the person that's 180 is going to be a lot more used to driving fast compared to the person that has a speed limit of 100, right? So what that means is, like, a person with like a life path 1, for instance, they may have more natural leadership skills due to the fact that they may have needed it at a younger age in comparison to somebody that was born into like a life path of 5 that was more into just having freedom and already has a good vocabulary. We all have different lessons to learn, and we all have different things that we're going to be given through our numerological codes that we're given. The next most important number that Pythagoras considers, which is similar to Eastern as well, which is the expression number, which is your name. The difference here, though, we're going to go into Eastern after, but the difference is that Pythagoras does believe that your expression number is depicted from your birth name, meaning the name on your birth certificate. So your first, if you have a middle, and then last name. And that's going to give you your natural talents, abilities, and also shortcomings. So this is a very good number to actually show you what exactly you need to do in this lifetime to achieve your life path. This is the physical self. This is going to control, in the Western numerology, a lot of your health. It's going to control your mental attributes, and it's going to control the type of natural skills that you have that for some reason don't need to be taught. So we're going to go into those as well. There's also karmic numbers. It's not really a core chart thing, but it does rely in the core chart where the karmic numbers come in. So I'm going to go into that very briefly. The karmic numbers, which we've discussed in other videos, go from 13, 14, 16, and 19. And we're going to go into those numbers again. I'm going to go into a little more detail on them, just specifically how the Western numerologists look at it. And I'll just give you guys the details on that in coming videos. The next most important number, though, that Pythagoras has depicted, remember, first it's the life path, second is expression, then we have the soul urge number. So your soul number would be, it's calculated by the vowels in your full birth certificate name. So the vowels is what we consider like the soft part of the name, the subtle part, the innermost you, your deepest cravings. When you look at that, that's where you get your soul number from. Your soul number is going to consist, it can go anywhere from 1 to any of the master numbers as well. And it's definitely very, very important to know, because that's probably going to help you find your inner purpose, not your outer purpose, but your inner purpose, what you need to feel in your soul, in your spirit, to actually feel fulfilled in this lifetime. Following the soul urge number, I'd argue that he would say the birth number is the next most important, which is very, very different from Eastern numerology. And it just gives you some subtle traits that you'll have from birth. So it does give you your mental traits. This goes against my ideology, how I look at it. I'm more on the Eastern side of things, but the Western side is very, very accurate as well. And it's very similar in certain aspects, in the sense that the birth number still does give you control over the mental realm. And it adds on to the expression number, except in the Western numerology, it makes it seem a lot more subtle, more as like a secondary thing to your expression number. Whereas with the Eastern, it's like kind of 50-50. All right, and then the last one we have is the personality number. The personality, which would consist of the consonants in your full name at birth. So this is going to give you what your aura is going to be like, how people are going to be introduced to you. So this is like the outer you. So this doesn't mean it's necessarily you, but this is like the first impression. So you want to know what that is, because sometimes if you have, like, for instance, a personality number of like 11, people may think that they can take advantage of you, but they'll also sense that there's something special about you as well. So you'll have the common idiot, and I'm going to say is going to want to take advantage of you, but you'll have the regular people that will see the goodness in you as well from that personality number. Whether or not that's true is obviously, it's not really there. We don't know that. It depends on what your numerology chart is, and more importantly, is who you are as a person, of course. Your chart's not going to depict exactly who you are. It's going to give you general traits, and it's up to you and how you're going to configure the energy into the real world, right? And the last one that I'll say, those are the main 5, though, guys, is the life path, second expression, third soul urge number, 4th birth number, and then 5th personality number. These 5 make up what you need to know about Western numerology if you weren't trying to go that deep into it. There's other things that I'm going to go into as well, like the pinnacles and different cycles that you're going to go through in life. Another thing that I want to go into, which I'd consider to be part of the core chart, but Western numerologists don't necessarily consider it, is the maturity number. And the maturity number is given to you by adding your life path with your expression number. When you add those 2 together, you then get the maturity number, which takes place more so after 35, which definitely differentiates from Chaldean and Eastern numerology a lot. But this is just going to tell you what kind of challenges you may face as you hit that midlife crisis type of years from 35 to 40, where that number will take more precedent and partner with the life path. All right, so what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to go over life path numbers again. I've had a lot of people wanting me to get back into life paths, so I'm going to definitely do that starting tomorrow. And I'm just going to read specifically what Western numerologists say about these. Am I saying this is all facts? I would agree with 95% of what they say. The 5% that I don't agree with is not really that relevant, but I will give my own opinion at the end. But more importantly, guys, I just want you guys to understand how this works, why I'm saying what I'm saying, and so you guys actually can get a better picture of who you are as a person. After the life path chapter, I'm going to go into, of course, expression numbers again, just depicted on exactly what they're saying in Western numerology, and then I'm going to go into soul, personality, and the birth number as well, of course. So we're going to go into all of those. I'm not going to go as in depth as I did before with the birth numbers, where I went into full 1 to 31. I'm just going to give you guys birth number 1, and then 1, 10, 19, 28, and so on and so forth. All right, guys, so it's a very, very exciting time. The majority of my channel so far has been very general descriptions. I've gotten to a little bit of detail, especially in August when it came to birth numbers. Astrology, I haven't gone into any detail at all, so keep posted for that. But right now we're going to get into a very, very detailed version of life path numbers according to the Western lens of how they look at it. So it's a very exciting week. Just put my notifications on. I'm going to be coming back very, very aggressively this week in regards to just focusing on the details of the life path and answering a lot of questions that you guys left for me in the comments. I definitely did see them, and I want to actually go back to them this week. I've written them all down, and I'm going to help you guys out this week. And if you guys have any more questions, I'll even make continuation videos if need be. If it's something that's private, just send it to me on Instagram through a DM, and I'll be happy to help you out there as well. All right, guys, so thank you very, very much for the time today, for listening to the video. Please, guys, like, subscribe. Aside from that, I'll let me be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you.